Hey everyone, welcome to Lip Rippin' Podcast. I'm your host, Ravien, aka Ravasaurus. Thanks so much for joining me as per usual. Um, good of you, good of you to be here in attendance today. I've got a dandy for you. Um, as you all know, like over the years, things kind of amalgamate, and it's hard to put certain stories to mind, certain things that you remember about particular places and whatnot, right? And so I actually remember a time that happened uh, a few years back when I was still in full on woodsman mentality. Um, a dear friend of mine, his name is Papa Z, Zared. Um, Dear friend of mine wanted to go out fishing with his wife, who is my cousin Janine. um, and he was like, "Oh, Rav, you got to take us out. You got to take us out." And to me, you know, that didn't sound too fun. I love Janine, whatever, but I was like, whatever. So I was like, whatever. I'll bring Vish. It'll be a good time. We'll all go out. So, indeed, that's what we did. I rented a boat on Balsam Lake, in the Kawarthas, and we went out to Balsam to try to get on some bass, maybe some Walters, maybe some muskellunge, um, whatever it was. But it was a nice summer day. The wind was ripping bad, bad, bad though, right? So I forgot to mention to you guys that both Papa Z and Janine are doctors. So they're brilliant folks, and I love them very much. Janine, in particular, has a PhD in psychology, and Papa Z he's a doctor. I think he's like has a medical degree. He went to med school. Very brilliant people, right? And so Papa Z's like, he's one of these guys, right? Like he's from the Ottawa region, and so he fished Ottawa a lot. Like for many many years, he said, right? But as some of you guys know, up in Ottawa and places like that, those are a lot of untouched back lakes, where you throw a fucking giant spoon or something like that, and you're catching muskie after muskie or big pike after big pike, 40 inches all day long. It's just places in Ontario, certain places in Ontario, just full of dream fishing, trophy fishing, and Ottawa is definitely one of them. The Ottawa River is full of giants too, just in case you didn't know. But anyways, Papa Z's like, yo, put me on some fish, whatever, right? So this was probably like maybe 2015, 2016 maybe. So we go out to Balsam. I never even fished Balsam like that. Like I don't think I never rented a boat there. That was my first ever time renting a boat there and going out on the water in a rented boat. I think I fished it before with my friend Maddie when he had a boat on there, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyways, so we go out fishing, him, Janine, myself, and Vish, and he's telling me the whole time, like, I'm driving around, obviously, right? And he's telling me, oh, drop the anchor, it's a windy day, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yo, I'm a river rat, man. Like, don't really try to tell me how to push this tinny around the lake, Z. Like, this is my first ever time, I think, fishing with him, too. So, I'm like, just no, right? And he's like, come on, man, throw the anchor, throw the anchor. And without throwing the anchor, we're starting our motor and we're moving often because we're just getting blown into the shallows, right? Which I'm okay with. But with like four people on the boat, it's not the funnest, especially like Janine's not experienced and Vish could hold her own at this point, but still, you know, it is windy as hell, right? So, anyways, we're catching a bass here and there, right? And then finally he's like, "Yo, you gotta throw the anchor." I'm like, "Oh my god, fine." So I throw the anchor, and sure enough, we just keep just getting blown. Anyways, we get blown into some matted logs, and the anchor gets wedged in the logs, right? Now remember, I'm with two doctors, so I'm like, oh fuck. I try to pull the anchor up. I'm like, yo guys, this anchor is wedged, like I'm not gonna be able to get it out. And they're like, what? Like, give me the paddle, like, let me try, I'm like, listen, I'm telling you guys, this fucking anchor is lodged in these logs, and we are not going to be able to get it out. So there's only two options here. Either we cut the anchor free, and we pay the $80 to replace the anchor, or somebody's got to get in there, right, and get it out. And Papa Z's like, no, man. Nobody needs to get in there. I'm like, I'm fucking telling you, somebody needs to get in there, and I'll get in there. It's not a big deal, And he's like, whatever. So he starts science and engineering with the paddle and the rope and the anchor. And he's trying with all his fucking might to just wedge it out. Janine's giving input. People are getting frustrated, And me, I'm just chilling. I'm having a dart. I'm watching, He's like, help me do this, help me. So I'm helping him, and things are going good. And I'm not trying to allude to the fact that he's dumb. He's not dumb. He's a freaking smart guy. I keep telling you guys that this guy's a doctor, right? So, but I'm like, listen, Z, somebody's got to get in that water. I'll get in. It's not a big deal. He's like, yo, man, you don't have to get in. Let me just keep trying. So now we're like 45 minutes in, an hour in. We're not fishing. We're on top of these matted logs. We're bottomed out basically, in the sense that we're stuck to this anchor and we can't move, right? And I'm like, okay, finally after like an hour, I'm like, Z, fuck off. It's not gonna go down this way. I'm getting in. So obviously I have clothes in my backpack and whatever, even a towel. So boom, I'm in the water, right? With a life jacket. It's fucking cold. I think it was like early June or something. I don't even think Bass opened yet for the year. And I'm in the water and I'm trying to pull at this rope. And I'm down there and I'm like, yo, I cannot get this thing out. I can't get it free. And I'm starting to like get cold and frustrated, and I'm like, fuck this, like, let's just cut it. I have a knife, let's cut it, and they're like, yo, you should be able to get it out. So then I start to like dive down deeper, get the courage, get the power in my lungs to like get down there and try to get it. I can see it, but I can see that it is literally the two sides of the anchor are wedged into a split of a log and just not moving whatsoever. So I'm like, fuck, man, let's just cut this anchor, whatever, bullshit, like, let's just go, Anyways, I end up diving down a little bit further and was able to wedge it free. And Papa Z couldn't be any happier or whatever. I hop back in the boat. They're like, yo, holy shit, man, like, I can't believe you did that, whatever. And I'm like, listen, man, I'm a river rat. When I say don't throw the anchor, don't fucking throw the anchor. All right, that's it. That's how we roll. We start the boat, we move. We start the boat, we move. We start the boat, we move. If we get blown this way, we get blown that way, we can get out. We have a tinny. We can paddle out. We can push off. We can push off rocks. We can push off logs. We can tilt the motor up. I can just get us free, man. Like, that's what I learned riding tinnies for like more than 10 plus years up on the Picky, is when you have an aluminum boat. That's what I mean by tinny, in case you guys don't know. When you have an aluminum fishing boat, 15, 16 foot, whatever, however small it is, however big it is, the sky's the limit. Everybody wants these nice, big, clunky bass boats and whatever, man. Like, me personally, I don't need 100 horsepower on the back of anything. I don't need like cushion seats, whatever, right now, Actually, period. Like, I'm a fisherman, full on, full through, full throttle. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anything besides a tinny, but I want balls behind my tinny. I want a 25 at least. Vroom, vroom. Let's go, baby. Let's go. You want to go down the river? Let's go. You want to go jump the like a levee into another creek or another part of the river? Let's go, man. I'm all about it. You want to go up the Pashishkag for my fellow listeners who listen frequently? You want to go up the Pashishkag when it's a foot of water? Let's go, baby. That's what it's all about. Fishing like a badass any which where you want, whenever you want, wherever you want, however you want, and with no limitations. And that's what I love about fishing tinnies in Northern Ontario. Wow, I went off on some kind of tangent there. What is this episode even about? Anyways, I love fishing tinnies, and I hope you do too. That's my promotion for fishing tinnies in Northern Ontario, because I'm not even sure what we were supposed to be talking about anyways. Thanks so much for joining me on another episode of Lip Rippin' Podcast, and I hope you join me on another boat ride in the near future. Thanks so much, and bye now.